I hate to say it, but this is not a good design.
It all comes down to one thing, no way out.
That person trapped in a Tesla.
It has been a year since I totaled Apollo 3, my 2018 Tesla Model 3, which I had poured my heart and soul into that car, and it is no longer with us. But I have learned so much about being in a car accident in a Tesla, things that I wish I would have known. What's funny is that I was in full self-driving on the freeway when I was rear-ended, and then about a month ago when I was test driving the standard Model 3 and the standard Model Y, Tesla gave me a Cybertruck, and again, I was rear-ended in full self-driving. Accidents still happen, even though the data says that it's 9 times safer than a human driver. In both cases, the other driver rear-ended me, they were distracted, they were on their phone. So I felt like I needed to make a video on everything that I've learned about being in a Tesla accident, how to open up the doors if the power goes out, how to break laminated glass, how to break armor glass, and my #1 pick for dash cams. Plus, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway at the end of the video. This is the video that you are gonna wanna share with all of your other friends that own a Tesla or even an EV. So when I got into my accident, the car actually did eventually lose power. Luckily, I was able to open up the door before the power completely went out, but the pyro fuse blew. So it's really important to know how to manually open up the doors because the button is actually powered. Now, to manually open up both the driver and the passenger door, it is going to be the same in all Teslas. There is a little lever right here, right above the window switches, and if you pull that up, you can open up the doors without power. Now, where it differs dramatically between the models is in the back. In the Model Y, in the door pocket, there is a little access door right here. There's a little place for your finger. You pull up, remove the door, and you just pull on the yellow tab. With the Cybertruck, once again, it's on the side right here. You just remove this piece and pull up right here. When we get to the S and X, it really starts to differ. There's not a lot of continuity when it comes to these. So it's actually up here in the door panels. So Tesla's confirmed they're gonna be redesigning the emergency latches, and in a minute I'm gonna show you how you open up the back seats for the Model S and X, and you guys are gonna be shocked. But when I was in my accident, my car did lose power and my video files were corrupted, so I started researching dash cams. So check this out. So I really like VanTrue dash cams because they specialize in making dash cams. Also, they have a sleek, minimal design. They've actually won all kinds of design awards for their dash cams, and for a lot of people when they buy an EV, they have a very minimalistic interior and they just want something that really blends in. And with this, it has a small footprint, but it's also very high quality, kind of like me. So here I am with the E1 Pro, the S1 Pro Max, the N4 Pro S, and even though I haven't personally reviewed the N5S, I have a pretty good idea based on the other cameras and from the specs, so I'm gonna discuss that as well. As you go through the lineup, each one's gonna add another layer of protection. You also might get more channels, and prices are gonna be anywhere from $100 to over $400, depending on the promotion that they have going on. First up, we have the E1 Pro. The E1 Pro is the most entry-level option. It's a single channel camera. And this is the smallest 4K camera on the market. Side by side, you can see just how small this thing is. It's not much bigger than a key fob and about the same size as your charging brick. The E1 Pro is really a nice little camera just to get started. It's great for Tesla owners if they just want to back up to Sentry mode. It has good image quality, it has the 4K HDR and a Sony Starvis sensor. It's also affordable. It starts around $150, and a lot of times they have promotions that will bring that down. Just looks much sharper than the 720p footage that comes from our Tesla. Because you only have one camera, the E1 Pro is the easiest to install, but also because you only have one camera, you're only covered from the front and not in the back. Both of my accidents I was rear-ended in. Actually, 1 in 3 accidents in the US are rear-end collisions. So you might want to look into dual channel systems like the S1 Pro Max. So that means that you have a dedicated front and rear camera, and it's also the world's first front and rear 4K plus 4K HDR dash cam that's powered by AI. Okay, so let's take a look at some of my actual driving shots on this dash cam versus Tesla's built-in camera, and you really get an idea of the quality with the 4K cameras. This one also has HDR super night vision with that Sony Starvis 2. Now check out the rear camera with the S1 Pro Max. Remember, the E1 Pro doesn't include a rear camera. There's also a lot of really cool tech packed inside of here. It has its own intelligence suite. So the front camera has all the ADAS. So basically you get an extra set of eyes on the road. Using advanced AI to monitor vehicles and pedestrians, all this really enhances your situational awareness. All the lane departure warnings, pedestrian detections, even collision warnings packed right inside of this. The rear 4K camera also uses VanTrue's proprietary AI for blind spot detection. This gives you real-time alerts, making your drive just that much safer. If you're stopped, it can tell if the car in front of you starts to move. Really, all of this sets it apart from other entry-level dash cams. I also like with this one, you have the option to have it protect even when you're parked. Now this one is around $50 more, but I do feel like you get a lot of value with that. And then we also have triple channel options. So this one gives you a camera looking out in front of you, a camera looking back, and also an interior facing camera. We have the N4S and then we have the N4 Pro S. It's basically a step up. You get a better front camera with a higher end Sony sensor inside of it, which is nice for some tricky lighting situations. You also get a waterproof rear camera so you can mount it on the outside as well as on the inside. It also adds LTE connectivity so you can monitor your car remotely. Now the N4P is currently sold out online on both VanTrue's website and Amazon, but it is now available as a Best Buy exclusive. Both the forward and the rear facing cameras are going to get that super high quality like you had before with 4K and the Sony Starvis 2 HDR night vision. Plus you get that license plate clarity, and it's really in a whole nother league compared to Tesla's built-in camera, especially in bad weather conditions or at night. The N4 Pro S is really the best option for rideshare drivers or maybe anyone that potentially wants to add their car to robotaxi because you do get that high quality interior camera. Now, if you want to step it up even more, there are 4 channel systems. We have the N5S. This is the only one that I haven't personally reviewed, but friend of the channel, Andy Sly, does have a full review on it. Now, this one faces front, it faces the drivers, it faces the rear end, and then it also faces inside from the rear. So you do get that true 4 channel system. Other than the second interior camera, it's actually pretty similar to the N4 Pro S I was just talking about in terms of build quality. It has the same Sony Starvis sensors, night vision, app features. Bottom line, if you really want a high-res front camera for license plate pics, go for that N4 Pro S. If you have kids or you're really worried about break-ins, you might want that full coverage, and that's when I would go for the N5S. You guys have asked me a ton of questions about the different dash cams on all the videos that I've made, so I wanted to answer some of those questions that I see over and over again. The first one is, can the cameras handle tinted windows? And yes, they can, especially that front-facing camera. On all the dash cams, it handles tint pretty well. Where you might notice it is going to be on that rear camera. We noticed it slightly, and that's because it's a darker tint, so it really depends on the level of tint that you have going on. And also remember, with some of those rear cameras, you can mount them on the outside so you don't even have to worry about tint. There's also lots of questions about how to hide the cables neatly. Now, I was always able to DIY it myself and just hide them along the headliner, kind of go down the A-pillar and just tuck them in. But if you're really worried about it, they also sell hardwire kits, and you can take them in to get them professionally installed. So I've kind of talked about this a little bit with each camera, but you guys had a lot of questions about app control and remote monitoring. The E1 Pro, the S1 Pro Max, the N4 Pro S, and the N5S all have 5G Wi-Fi and app connectivity, so you can view your footage from your phone, check GPS, and track your routes. Then there's the E360 Ace, and this is one of the most versatile cameras they've ever made. If you're a content creator or you just really want full coverage, this one also comes with a selfie stick. So it's perfect for a lot of different needs. Make sure you guys are subscribed because I'm going to be using this for some future FSD videos, and I have a full review of it coming soon. All right, so it's actually down here, and you have to pry off the speaker grill. It requires a little bit of force and doesn't feel natural. If you haven't done any kind of modification on your car, it's gonna feel like you're breaking something, but it's just a bracket that you're pulling off. So there we go. Bracket is pulled off, and it's actually tucked back here. Again, it's not even like a bright yellow, and it's kind of hard to even get your finger back there to be able to pull it. And then once you're able to pull it, you have to manually be strong enough to push up the wing. Power goes out, you're not gonna have any lighting down here to even see. So I'm not even able to pull this with my fingers. My fingers are not strong enough. I hate to say it, but this is not a good design for a family car. What were they thinking? I'm actually gonna use a zip tie because I think it's gonna be easier to get it in there. I just broke the zip tie. I'm burning alive, I guess, today. So in an emergency, this is gonna be a difficult situation. I would recommend that you have your kids practice or else just go through the front doors. So I'm not even able to do this. My friend Chris was able to do it on his Model X, so this is what it's supposed to be like. This is not a great design. It's also kind of tricky with the Model S. It's located in the floor, kind of under the seat, as opposed to in the door. Now here's a little hack that I've seen people do online, and I think it makes a lot of sense. You can actually take a piece of Velcro, safety pin, connect it to the tab, Velcro it up so that it's easy to be seen, and you can even put this back in there. And if you still can't get that door open, you're gonna wanna know how to break a window. Tesla uses laminated acoustic glass on a lot of their windows. So you're gonna want to check and see if there's 2 pieces of glass in there or there's 1. Because if it's laminated, a tool like this will not work to break the glass. You need a tool that is specifically designed to do that. Usually these are fire rescue tools. Aim for the corner, they're usually less reinforced, and you're gonna apply firm pressure until it breaks, and then you just keep applying it until the whole thing will break, and that's how you get out. Overall, all the dash cams are really solid. I think you'll be happy with any one of them. It really depends on your need, your budget, and I'll tell you that my favorite pick is actually the S1 Pro Max, which is why I'm gonna be doing a giveaway with this exact camera. All you have to do is comment the name of my Tesla that was totaled down below, and you have to be a subscriber to this channel. But even if you don't win, you can still get 25% off during VanTrue's Black Friday sale using my code JavaS1PM. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know which one you like best, and I'll catch you next time.